But yeah, you get good writers and you lose them, and then you try and find more. I have a lot of writers, people that reach out to me now. So, the income school thing was great. That got me kind of known, and I got instantly a lot of emails. Do you want me to write for you? And I still get probably one email a day from a writer. And I
Wow.
do test a lot of them. I've just hired a new writer called Joey. Yeah, and he just reached out to me and said, "We give me a shot." And I was like, "Okay, there's
Yeah.
3 articles, write them. I will pay you. Don't worry. Even if they're rubbish, I'll pay you. And let's see how you do."
Yeah.
And they came back and they were fantastic. It's like, do you have any work? I was like, I will just add you to the team and you
Yeah.
work your way through the spreadsheet.
Are
So yeah,
these all native English speakers, Carl, or are they where are they based in the world?
they're widespread, to be honest, but they are, yeah, pretty much native speaking, English speaking writers, but they are widespread. I've got
Yeah.
so I've got a couple in the UK. I've got one, I think one in Canada. I think a couple in the US, and I think I've got one in the Philippines. I don't exactly know where she lives, but I think she is native English speaker. I think maybe she's
Yeah.
moved there. So, but I have tried other the difficulty with getting writers that are like non-English speaking writers. They may write really good and interesting content. It's just what they struggle to do is get the kind of the grammar and the spelling correct for the country that you're targeting.
Yeah.
So, I have 3 VAs overall across like my portfolios, and that's the number one thing they're correcting all the time is the grammar. So things like, in the US, in the UK, we'll say tap, need to run the tap for 10 minutes, and it's a faucet in America.
Yeah.
So things like that, I say rubbish all the time, and they'll say it's garbage.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Take the rubbish out. No, take the trash out. So, and spelling. So, color is the one that gets me all the time, because
Yeah.
obviously color is mentioned all the time, and one has a U in it and one doesn't. So
Yeah.
it's things like that. So they may be able to write really interesting, on point, SEO focused content, but the grammar and the spelling doesn't meet the targeted country. So that's the biggest
Okay.
problem we have. Not actually finding the writers, not actually getting good content from them. It's that.
So I'm assuming when you just onboarded Joey now, how do you go about training them, bringing them up to speed with your current process? Because obviously, if you've got a team, you've got a
Yeah.
specific way of doing things. How are you handling that coaching and teaching aspect?
Well, definitely doing it the wrong way. So I when it, well, yeah, I have learned so much on kind of managing a team. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always been a manager in my day job. I've always been a manager or assistant manager or something like that, right from the age of
Yeah.
about 19. So I've always had that hands-on management skills, but the person's always been in front of me.
Yeah.
So now they're on the end of an email or on the camera, so that's more difficult. So I've had to learn, and I basically just did it manually, which was an absolute pain. So every time I got a writer involved, just telling them how we work from this spreadsheet and where the article should go. I have 3 kind of main places on the website to put the content. So post,
Yeah.
product guides, etc. And
Yeah.
just getting them to post the article in the right thing it was a nightmare. So I've learned a lot. I wish I'd have done kind of training video. I wish I'd have done maybe 5 videos on a little playlist that is private only to them, that I can say, okay, you're going to write for us, watch these videos, and just done a 5-minute video on, here's the spreadsheet, this is what we do, this is what color you make it, this is what color you
Yeah.
make it when it's done. And that would have been so much easier, because every writer, because obviously I've tested quite a few more, but just to test a new writer has been a 2-week process of emailing backwards and forwards. Right, write this article, put it in there, then emailing back. No, you've put it in the wrong place, and you hadn't
Yeah.
added a H2 heading, and you hadn't, So yeah, that was. I wish I'd have learned and done some kind of training video. That would have been so much easier.
Yeah. No, 100%.